E aí pessoal, sejam todos bem-vindos a mais um vídeo no canal. No vídeo de hoje eu vou estar jogando um pouquinho de NBA com vocês. Vou estar dando continuidade à nossa liga. Na última partida nós jogamos o segundo jogo contra o Atlanta Hawks. Não, pera, confundi, desculpa. A gente jogou o último jogo contra o Miami Heat. Foram 2 jogos seguidos, a gente está jogando com o time do Atlanta Hawks. E nas últimas 2 partidas que a gente jogou contra o time do Miami Heat nós vencemos, beleza pessoal? A gente perdeu um jogo até agora e tá aí em busca da nossa terceira vitória seguida, né? Nossa próxima partida vai ser em casa, se eu não me engano. O próximo jogo vai ser contra os Spurs, Santo Antônio. E bora só conferir aqui pra ver se eu não tô falando coisa errada, beleza? Olha, tá aqui, olha. Vai ser jogando em casa e vai ser contra os Spurs mesmo, do Santo Antônio. Eles estão com 2 vitórias e 4 derrotas. Então, sem mais delongas, bora pro jogo, né, pessoal?
Welcome to this very special episode of NBA 2K TV. I'm Alexis Morgan.
And I'm Chris Manning. Special episode because we have reached number 200.
Here's Tatum and
Inicio.
You play 2K
All the time.
you act,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
and now you have an album. Anything you can't do.
We're the land of the free and the whole
And tipping us off here, a terrific performance of the national anthem. We'll be right back with more. Hold on tight and don't go away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Calma.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our
Vai fazer seu
sideline
xixi lá
reporter
pra
is David
fora,
Aldridge.
viu?
And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, these the new power rankings. They tell a great story. You take a look at the Cavaliers. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And you know, right now, Atlanta, they've sure made a statement here early on, outpacing some teams that were expected to be better, owning that top spot and defending it with pride.
A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. King and Aldridge are up front. DeJounte Murray is out there with White, and it's DeRozan in at small forward. And for Atlanta, Young and Herter make up the back. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4.
Olha,
and it's Capella in
senhor
at
de
the 5.
idade.
Clark, the rookies are still trying to get their firm footing as the new season begins and a new
Agora
arena for them
disputa.
opens up. Talk about your journey over the course of your
Boa,
rookie year.
boa,
Yeah, I
Gabriel.
remember it was
Boa,
really
Gabriel.
exciting to have fulfilled the dream of being an NBA player. I struggled early in the season, particularly against some of the veteran guys I ran up against, but found my rhythm and really played extremely well for the second
Deixa eu pegar a bola.
segment of the season. But there
Esse aqui
was a
tava comigo
period,
ainda.
Kevin, when I ran into a wall and just had nothing in terms of sharpness or legs. And then all of a sudden, after about a week and a half of that, it just went away. And I hit my stride and finished strong.
Now, here's Aldridge. 5 on the clock, and Trey Young
Ah,
gets the whistle that time.
falta, mano.
That is his first foul of the game.
Fuck.
And that's a quick foul for him there.
Queria
Looks like the
começar
refs are gonna
marcando,
call
pessoal.
this
Quando
one
começa a partida
pretty close.
assim, mano, demora muito
Here's
pra sair
DeRozan.
ponto, mano.
Here's White. Plays it up
Demora
off the
muito pra
glass.
sair ponto, mano.
White's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Spurs. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Greg Popovich and I did speak a few minutes ago.
He told me it's always a
Fizeram
challenge when you
bloqueio,
face a
né?
team this
Quer
opportunistic.
dizer que vocês
He
fizeram
said
bloqueio
those
da
guys are
bola,
going
né?
to look to take advantage of any weakness. We have to really
Da
communicate
pinga,
defensively
mano.
tonight. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, David, thanks. We appreciate the report. They're in a tough spot to try to figure out how to slow down those shooters, GA.
Yeah, it's going to take a great defensive effort from all 5 guys. Should be fascinating to watch.
Well, you know what? I think they've got to run guys off their spots, to your point. Make them work hard for every opportunity they get.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
And the Spurs, I've heard it said, the most process-oriented team in the league.
Well, that's an understanding of what it takes for them as a small market team to be successful. A
Foi
good
quase, hein?
assessment of what they have to do as the San Antonio
O
Spurs.
negócio é que o
to be
Capela ele
good.
vai lá pra
Scouting,
frente,
coaching,
podendo ele ficar aqui pra fazer o
all part of that.
bloqueio. Aí isso é
Murray
meio
is a
complicado, mas tudo
spectacular
bem.
talent, and when he gets going, watch out.
And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
Saco.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3
Pede logo o
and looking
timeout,
sharp.
mano. Pega logo o
Red hot
timeout
so
que os
far,
caras tão
4 for
precisando.
4. Cooking with gas, couldn't draw it up any better.
Young passes to Herter. Back to Young. Three-pointer. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
And this is why Young is so
Beleza, 4
dangerous. He
pontinhos.
just gets that shot off so fast before the defense can react.
Now here's Gay. 11 points for him in that last game against the Lakers. And there's the call on John Collins.
Os caras
That
tão
is his
muito
first
bruto,
foul of
mano.
the
Os
game.
caras tão bruto demais, mano.
Murray against Young. Here's Gay. Aldridge trying to break free.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
Pass to Collins. Kicks to Capella. Passes to Young. 6 on the shot clock. From the baseline. And he overshot that one, missing.
Not
Não
really his
foi.
best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back
Não
on track.
foi, hein? Calma, eu tô muito agressivo nessa partida aqui, pessoal. Tem que manter um pouco mais a calma.
Here's DeRozan. And DeRozan throws it down.
Aldridge keeps his head up and his options open. He's
Passa
a
mais a
team-oriented
bola.
guy with a good basketball IQ. Excellent pass.
Fazer jogadas mais de boa.
Young dishes to Capella. Pass to Herter. Hawks passing it around. And here's Collins from outside. Misses that
No
one. He's 0 for
foi.
1 from the floor. Spurs leading by 6. And Clark, ordinarily quiet by
Acertou,
nature,
né?
LaMarcus Aldridge has become a more outspoken leader in recent years.
Yeah, and that's a good sign. Sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone for the good of the team. Aldridge is, by nature, a laid-back, quiet guy, and sometimes that can work against the team. But in his case, he realized that he needed to be more vocal and stepped into
Boa,
doing
mano,
it.
boa.
You know, fending off the defense well there. Young solid at just being
Boa,
crafty
mano.
enough in these types of
Não
situations.
tamo bem como eu
San
queria,
Antonio
mas
calls the first time out of the game. And it's a completely new group for Atlanta.
And taking a look at some numbers for Ford, how he did last season. Averaged about 11 points a game, 3 rebounds and 2 assists.
já fizeram a primeira substituição já.
That's what he brings coming off the pine.
Yeah, there's always a demand for shooters, man. Half jumper will travel. I'm telling you.
Quase, cheguei a
Most
tocar na bola
championship
ainda, hein?
teams, they have a bunch of those guys who can put it in the basket.
Now, here's Lyles. Who's
Falta
coming off a
onde?
13-point game against the Lakers.
And his scoring is going to get most of the attention.
Nem vi a
but
falta
his
rolando.
rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Nem vi a falta rolando, de verdade.
On defense, the Hawks trailing by 4. Out of
É
bounds.
nossa
Atlanta
bola,
will
nossa
take
bola.
possession.
Boa, boa, time. Boa, clã.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. There's the pass to Bembry. Fires from deep. And Pirtle pulls it down. Spurs leading by 4. Walker with it. And it's Reddish picking him up. Wasted no time on that one.
And the
Estão com
story
6
here,
pontos de
Kevin, early
diferença.
on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a
Zero
game
falta em
hot,
mim,
that's
né?
the way to do it.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the call. San
Bora,
Antonio the
Chico,
foul.
guarda. Boa.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Guarda mais
Guys,
essa.
right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
Now here is Pirtle. 17 points for him last game against the Lakers. Pass to Mills. Shot clock at 6. Lyles passes to Mills.
Boa.
Sent back by Carter. Here's Bembry, guarded by Walker. Carter. Rebound San Antonio. And this game, the first chance they've had to see
Beleza, deu
Atlanta.
toquinho
And
ali.
last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
They may have wished for more games against them. A definite disparity in talent. We'll see if they take advantage again tonight.
That's
Boa.
a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean
Boa,
look.
time, boa,
And you
time,
look at
boa,
it, he's
time.
given up an awful lot of size in that matchup, so he needs to have the ability to create separation.
A nice shot by Teague. Teague's got 7 points in the game.
You got to like the activity of Teague.
Nice,
Excellent work
nice,
staying alert and
nice.
aware and finding a way to make an impact at both ends.
Shots good by Mills.
Challenging the bigger defender, cutting him down to size with that one.
Well, the size mismatch is no problem for this fella, guys. I mean, how much do you like seeing that aggressiveness from him?
Bembry. Another 3 for Atlanta.
This
Nice.
looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Here is Forbes. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Lakers. The Hawks, another fast break opportunity here. Here's Teague. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. He's got 9.
Yes, baby,
And
let's
that's
go,
the
baby.
kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Jeff Teague firing on all cylinders for
É isso,
Atlanta.
mano. Conseguimos
He
a virada aí no
finishes with
primeiro
9 points in the
tempo.
quarter. The
Isso
D
foi
is having
ótimo,
all
isso foi
sorts
muito
of
bom.
problems with him. And don't go away.
Só vou
We'll
ligar a
be
luz
right
aqui,
back.
rapidão.
And in 2018, DeMar DeRozan opened up about his battles with depression, hoping to have a positive impact on others.
Other people ashamed to talk about it, even myself.
Yep, you love the
Segundo
honesty
tempo,
and
só
the
bora pro
bravery
segundo
to
tempo.
step forward and tell his emotional story.
Yeah,
Conseguiu
he
virar
opened the
aqui já,
dialogue.
né?
Kevin Love following his lead to talk about anxiety. Athletes, as public figures, can have a broader impact than just entertaining, and we see it
Certo.
over and over again.
17 a 18.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
And you know, when the bench is playing such a big role early, that certainly allows the starters to stay fresh throughout the game.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. Lyles out there with Jakob Pirtle. And it's
Certo.
Mills. And it's Forbes in at the 2.
Empatou,
Arguably the
safado.
traditional power forward position in the NBA years you had back in the 80s at such a high level. Who's doing that right now?
Tell you what, the power forward position has changed so much, Kevin. These
Chico tá
four
com
men
caramba,
now are
mano,
not
tá com
really
caramba
the
aí, mano.
enforcing type physical guys
Beleza,
that
consegui
we
dar um
saw in
tapinha
the
na
80s
bola.
and even 90s. They're agile, they're rim
Quem que vai
protectors,
entrar?
they're shot
Ó
makers
isso.
from
Bora
deep,
lá, tio.
and guys like
Bora lá.
Anthony Davis and
Young, quero tu com
Marcus
tudo agora,
Aldridge.
mano.
Man, I tell you, Anthony Davis goes to the top of my list in today's game.
Blake Griffin, another one with Detroit.
Yeah, good call.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Collins checked in for Carter. Hunter comes in for DeAndre Bembry. And Trae Young subbed in for Jeff Teague. Here's Mills. Following the basket by Trae Young. Out of bounds. It will go to the
Boa,
Hawks.
nossa bola, mano, nossa bola.
Here's
Boa,
what the
Trae.
Atlanta Hawks have lined up on
Bora aí,
their
ó.
schedule.
Olha, nosso próximo
On
jogos vai ser
Wednesday,
contra o Chicago
they'll
Bulls,
defend home court against the
os
Chicago
Kings.
Bulls. Then on Friday, it'll be the Sacramento Kings coming into town. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
Fernando can't get it to go. Inside, here's Aldridge. Lays it up and banks it in.
Boy, nice job that time, guys, from Forbes, spotting the wide open man and dropping the dime.
And Young kicks to Hunter. Passes it to Fernando. Now Young. Over in the corner, Reddish. Pass to Fernando. 5 to shoot. And here's Collins from outside. The pass to Fernando. Young drives in. And he gets the whistle.
Oh,
2
fizeram
free throws
falta,
coming
mano.
up.
You know, when talking about the pressure Young puts on a defense, I'm not sure the word relentless is strong
Bora,
enough.
Young. Mais
Clint
um.
Capella
Guarda
is
mais
checked
essa.
in for the
Boa.
Hawks. Kevin Herter comes in for Reddish. San Antonio also making some changes. Rudy Gay's checked in for Jakob Poeltl. White comes in for Bryn Forbes. And Murray subbed in for Patty Mills. Now, here's Aldridge. 20 points for him last game against the Lakers.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
Here's DeRozan, trailing by 4.
Tell you what, I don't know of anybody more aggressive at attacking the basket than DeRozan. A lot of his points come off the drive. You know, in the loaded West, DeMar DeRozan, not an all-star last season after being one multiple times in the East. His first time missing the
4
festivities
pontinhos na
in 4
frente.
seasons.
Here's Murray, following the basket by Trae Young. Outside DeRozan with the fadeaway. Collins grabs the miss. The Hawks leading by 4. You talk about that edge, Clark, for DeRozan. Very focused on proving his doubters wrong.
Nothing wrong with playing with something to prove, with that kind of attitude and mindset, turning that negative into a positive. And most importantly, it can't just be a mindset. You have to put the work into it as well, and he's done that, gotten better.
Tive que jogar,
each year.
pessoal. Tive que jogar.
Very
Foi mal.
surprising that he came away empty there, especially
Consegui
given
roubar a
room
bola.
to operate.
Hunter, and the layup is
Consegui
good.
roubar a bola. Tudo bem. Consegui
Hunter's
marcar.
got the lead up to 6 now for the Hawks. And
Tô de
breaking
boa,
down
tô de
some
boa.
numbers here, the hustle stats for the Hawks.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, for the last 5 years, the Golden State Warriors have been the colossus that stood over the NBA. There were thoughts that most teams were not willing to do things to be competitive, knowing that they could not beat the Splash Brothers, Draymond Green, and then Kevin Durant. But the Warriors lost to the Raptors in the finals last year, combined with the injuries to Durant and Klay Thompson, have opened things up. For the first time in a long time, there are any number
Quem não
of
faz
teams in
leva, ou
this
seja,
league.
não sei se vocês já
Believe it's
viram
their
isso.
time.
Probably so. The
Não
West
sei se
is
vocês já
strengthened
viram
by
isso, mano. Quem não faz
Interesting
leva, mano.
matchups coming up for sure. Thank you.
Guys, you remember when DeMar DeRozan first came into the league? He was just really a raw athlete. Now he's a finely tuned offensive juggernaut.
Quem não faz
The
leva,
Hawks will
pessoal.
go for a different look here. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for John Collins. Carter comes in for Hunter. Embry's checked in for Kevin Herter. And it's Teagan for Trae Young. Trey Lyles checked in for San Antonio. Walker comes in for DeMar DeRozan. 1:16 left in the second quarter. White inside. Shots good by Lyles.
Tentei fazer o bloqueio ali pelo
Lyles
meio
got
na
it
hora
all
do
tied
passe.
up now for the Spurs.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Teague finds Carter. Back to Teague. In the corner, it's Capella. From past the arc.
Isso aí,
And there's
mano, não corre.
another turnover by Atlanta.
That is just a careless
Eu não quis
turnover.
jogar com,
You've got
com,
to
com o
be
Capela,
smart
mano,
in
porque,
those
porra,
exchanges.
o cara não acertar uma, mano.
And here's Gay. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Murray, good.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
T kicks to Dedman. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Dedman's got his first points in this one.
Teague's ability to find the open man makes him one of the better passing point guards in the league.
White with it. Pass to Lyles. The three. Bembry with the rebound. Teague left side. Carter outside. Pass to Dedman. Here's Bembry. The tray. It's not going to go for him. Tie game in Atlanta.
Caramba,
And join us right
empatado o
back here
jogo,
after
hein?
the break for the start of the second half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports.
É, tá um jogo mais ou menos. Eu errei muito, mano. Eu errei muito, mano.
Terrific basketball in this one. He had 13 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal. After a subpar
Eu errei
performance
muito,
in their
mano. Errei
previous
muito mesmo,
contest,
mano.
he
Sei
has
lá,
come
parece
on
que quando entra no
strong
time
tonight.
principal,
His
eu
first
penso,
half,
o Trae Young,
sensation.
ele é o
Shaq,
cara,
what are
tem
your
que
thoughts on
sair.
how Atlanta
E eu
played?
esqueço que tem o resto do time,
They're
mano.
taking
Aí,
way too many
quando chega o
threes.
segundo time, eu
Offense has
consigo
no
pontuar
rhythm.
bacana,
Need to
mano.
Go back to the drawing board. Maybe try to get a little bit more transition, more off the pick and roll. Anything other than shooting that three. It's not going.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about the Spurs?
Well, their shooting accuracy was on point. It was good play calling, of course, by the coaching staff, but it was great execution by the team.
And that wraps up the half.
Quando chega a hora do segundo time jogar, eu começo a jogar mais de boa, né? Mas esse meu primeiro time aí, eu olho o Trae Young, o cara tem que
And in
fazer
that
tudo,
first half,
sabe?
we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. It's been one outstanding game from Jeff Teague.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what,
Bom,
guys? It
Young
was
tá
all
no
about
jogo
efficient
novamente.
offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Herter the two with Hunter at the three. John Collins is out there with Clint Capella, and it's Young in at the point guard position. That's the group starting
Ele
the
vai
second
acertar,
half
mas
for
esse cara aí
Lloyd
manda
Pierce.
bem, mano.
And growing up about 15 miles south of the Staples Center, DeMar DeRozan,
Esse cara manda bem,
idolized
mano. Esse cara manda
Kobe
bem, mano.
Bryant Clark and patterned his game after him.
And you can see evidence of Kobe's game in DeMarcus's game. You think about the footwork, the ability to post up, the moves and counter moves, the balance and strength. I think he owes a lot of that to the Mamba.
Murray surveying the D, and it's Murray with the jam.
Yeah, you know, Murray plays with an intelligence and a poise that belies his years. I mean, this guy rarely forces things. He's very good at allowing things to come to him and just has a nice rhythm and pace he plays with.
In the corner, Herter with it. The Hawks working the ball around. In the corner, it's Hunter. Lock at 6. The kick out to Young. Shoots the three. Rebounded by the Spurs. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. It's good. Now it's a 4-point Spurs lead.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
You gotta like seeing this from Young, wanting to prove he's more than just a jump shooter.
DeRozan with it. And Young picks him up defensively. And finished off by DeRozan.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes.
Young dishes to Capella. Pass to Hunter. From deep, Collins buries the long-range jumper.
They found a nice groove in this half, starting out 3 for 4.
San Antonio leading by 3. San Antonio calls timeout.
40, 41. Mais 3 pontinhos, pessoal. Mais 3 pontinhos. Pegaram esse jogo, mano. O jogo tá bom, mano. O jogo tá bom. Uma coisa que eu digo, quem errar mais vai acabar sendo mal, né?
Bryn Forbes comes in for Derek White. And it's Mills in for Murray.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
And that one's good. Hunter.
Boa, mano. Boa,
And with
mano.
Cabela Clark, the numbers don't lie. He is a big factor on offense
Empatamos,
now.
mano.
Yeah, I
Empatamos.
agree with you guys. I mean, his hands have gotten better. That's not something you can always see in a big
Empatamos,
guy.
mano.
Is
Empatamos,
improvement in
mano.
his hands, but he's gotten better in catching and finishing. I love the way he moves and is always ready
Beleza,
for the
beleza,
pass.
beleza.
He catches some tough stuff in traffic, and he gives you all of this at the offensive end with high-level defense too.
Young drives in. Missed inside.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Uses the glass to finish the
Mano, o
layup.
Young
Mills has got 7 points in
tá
the game.
tentando, tá vendo?
And
Tipo, eu
that's
saio
10
correndo com
straight
ele, eu esqueço o
points
resto
in
do
the
time,
paint.
mano.
The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Collins wide open. He fires. And the Hawks getting another basket right there.
You just can't leave anyone open around Young. He's very
Vai passar a
capable of
bola, Young. Nós
spotting
somos um
his
time, nós
uncovered
somos um
teammates.
time.
Outside DeRozan. At the
Somos
elbow, it's
time.
Aldridge.
Olha aí,
Shoot from the right block. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists.
ele fez o fake, mano. Ele fez o
DeRozan's
fake,
got
ele me
his
enganou,
fourth
mano.
assist in this one. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Clark, a big part of your game was rebounding. You controlled the glass so well. What's one thing you would
Acho que
tell young viewers
4
if
pontos
they
na
wanted to
frente.
improve their rebounding?
You know, I'm a little bit out of the norm here, but the biggest thing to me for rebounding is pursuing the ball. Boxing out is important, but pursuing the ball and good timing are the most
17
important elements of
pontos.
rebounding. And that's what I would have players focus on. Pursue the ball.
Now, here's Mills. He's guarded closely. And it's Pirtle at the elbow. Rebound by the Hawks. Hunter, the pass to Reddish. Finished off the break. Reddish has got the game tied up here for Atlanta.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
And it's out of bounds to the
É deles
Spurs
a
as San
bola.
Antonio retains possession.
And now a look at Patty Mills here. Some last season stats for him. He averaged about 10 points a game last year, 3 assists and 2 rebounds. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contributions.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take it.
And his stroke has been dead on
Pegado o
from
jogo,
the
mano.
outside. I mean, inside, outside, it just doesn't matter.
Goes up at the stripe. It's Dedman with the rebound.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch. Boy, he has to put that one away. A solid opportunity gone awry.
For the lead, and the layup good by Teague. Teague's got 17 now.
26
There's no slowing
segundinhos.
down Jeff Teague on the drive. An expert at getting his shot past tight defense.
3 seconds
Consegui dar
separate
o
the shot
tapinha
clock
na
and game.
bola.
And
Vai
there's the
fazer o
pass to
giro.
Forbes.
Vou fazer mais giro
And
aqui.
here is Lyles. Pass to DeRozan.
Falei antes.
And the
4
basket by
segundinhos.
DeRozan. DeRozan's got 8 here in the quarter.
The determination that DeRozan brings to scoring in the painted area, really unmatched. He's not
Beleza.
going to mess up too many of those chances.
And
O importante é a gente sair na frente, mano. O importante é a gente sair na frente, mano. O importante é a gente sair na frente, pessoal. O jogo tá pegado, mano. Não tem nada decidido, mano. Desde o primeiro tempo.
It's Atlanta leading by just 2. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment.
É, mano. O jogo tá bom, mano. O jogo tá bom, mano. Só que eu acho que esse é o jogo do Tig, mano. Eu acho que não é o jogo do Trae Young, mano. Eu acho.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his
Eu não diria
teammates
pra esse
before
passe,
the
mas pra
pass.
jogada
Just great
inteira, essa
harmony
jogada foi
on
bonita,
all
mano.
sides.
3 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. On the floor for San Antonio, we've got Murray. Lyles out there with Rudy Gay. Then it's DeRozan, and it's White in at the shooting guard. Teague against Murray. Shot from the low block. It will go down, and the Hawks' lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Gay.
Gay has made a great transformation over the
Só
years from a
parte do time
traditional
principal,
wing
mano.
to somebody who scores all over the court, including inside.
Count it, good. 21 points for Jeff Teague.
Well, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
Here's White. From outside, off the mark. The Hawks leading by 4 to the middle. Here's Herter. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Capella is getting better at sharing the ball, wanting to improve that part of his game.
Murray kicks to Lyles, out left to the wing. The Spurs working the ball around now. And Murray, here we go. And he gets the bucket.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
Teague the pass to Capella. Here's Dedmon. And Carter has it in the corner. He dishes it to Capella. Passes it to Herter. And Carter has it in the corner. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Three-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
And now's the time for them to step on the gas pedal. Don't let up. Keep letting it fly from deep and build that lead. Play through the finish line. Not
Bora pra
to
cima
it.
deles,
Keep
mano.
the
Bora pra
pressure
cima
on.
deles, mano.
And look at how the hustle game has been going for Atlanta.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And also, how about the points they've
Oh,
got in
isso aí com a
transition
bola.
or on the fast break tonight? That's
Nessa
been
bola,
a
quem vai
huge
entrar?
factor as well.
Opa, Trae Young.
Atlanta making some changes. John
Vai lá,
Collins, he's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Hunter comes in for Carter. Young is subbed in for T. Spurs also with the sub. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for White.
Não
Young's
entrou,
shot
mano.
is off.
You know, after connecting on one three-pointer in the first half, he hasn't netted another one since.
Down low. And Aldridge slams it in.
Well, a nice room service feed from DeRozan. Couldn't get more wide open than that.
Young taking his time here. He kicks it to Collins. Back to Young. Pass to Herter. And the pass to Capella. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. And Herter gets it to go. Herter's got the lead up to 10 now for the Hawks.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Dishes it to Capella. The kick out to Young. From outside the arc.
Mano, não é o dia do Young, mano. Não é o dia do Young, mano.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
Eu tô tentando pra caramba, mano. Não tá indo, mano.
Spurs trail by 10.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Mills, he's checked in for San Antonio. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Stolen by
Estão querendo vir
Collins.
pra cima, mano. Ai, pegou na
And
cabeça do cara.
stolen by White. Here's DeRozan. They shoot again. Count it. DeRozan's got 10 points in just the second
Quem
half.
diria que pegou a bola na cabeça do cara, mano.
DeMar DeRozan, because if you don't, his size and athleticism will allow him to hurt you on the glass.
Shots good from Young.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Now here's Mills, defended by Young. And the rejection by Collins. Shot clock at 3. Second chance shot. Gay trying to
Caramba, ele conseguiu, mano. Não acredito, mano.
You know, with all his post moves, Aldridge usually is able to
Foi
trick
muito
the defense, but
bate-rebate
even
essa
when he
bola aí,
doesn't,
mano.
he'll still manage to finish through contact.
Atlanta calls timeout.
Agora vai. Acho que foi o Jeff, tá aí, o Jeff Teague, mano. Certeza, mano.
1:31 left in the fourth quarter. A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Jeff Teague.
Certeza que não. Hoje eu tentei muito, mano, com o Young, mas não deu, mano. Certeza é a noite do Jeff Teague, mano. 100%, mano.
Shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck.
Chamou a responsabilidade hoje, mano.
And a whole lot of talent.
He doesn't always get the minutes he's gotten tonight, but there's no way
Hoje
they're
ele
going to
chamou,
sit him
mano. Hoje
down
ele
once he
chamou a
got going. And the
responsabilidade,
crowd
mano.
has been loving it. A memorable night for him coming off the bench. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
I was able to listen in on Lloyd Pierce talking with his team. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
Over in the corner, White
Acertou.
hits it from three-point range. And now just a 5-point Hawks lead.
Yeah, you know, Mills is one of those energizing players who does a little bit of everything, including finding his open teammates.
Young passes to Herter. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
That's a nice
Guarda
play there.
essa,
Not
guarda
going
essa
to
pra
miss many
gente.
from there.
Boa.
And so it's Mills who will bring it up for the Spurs. 54 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Atlanta's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. It's Young on the wing. Back to Herter. Hawks passing it around. Collins passes to Hunter. Over to the left wing. Shot by Collins, no good.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're
27
that wide
segundinhos.
open,
27
I think you
segundinhos.
got to knock it down. This is what scratches the itch for DeRozan. Moments like this, he lives for. Takes great pride in being the guy to knock down the critical shots.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both.
Nice.
It's an 8-point game. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're down by
Boa,
8.
boa, boa, boa.
19
Muito bom.
seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Tá no final, mano. Tá no final. Tá aquela marcação pressão. Todo mundo fazendo falta.
19 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
Era falta em mim ainda, mano. Sem a bola, mano.
And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
Teague the pass to Jones. Here's Fernando. Left side Jones. Kicks it to Graham. Takes a three. A shot that time, not on target.
É nossa, mano. É nossa. Essa partida foi legal, mano. Essa partida foi legal, mano. Foi bem legal essa partida. Em nenhum momento essa partida tava ganha, mano. Em nenhum momento, mano. A gente teve um embalo ali. Só que logo depois os caras recuperaram, mano.
David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. So long.
100% do Jeff Tigre essa partida, mano. Ele jogou pra caramba, mano. Bora ver aqui nossa colocação, se tem algum comentário. Tá rolando dos Celtics. Ganharam mais um jogo, já é o 5 seguido. O time dos Hornets ganhou o time do Indiana Pacers e eles estão numa sequência de derrotas contínuas. São 7 derrotas. E nenhum comentário do nosso jogo. Eu acredito que esse aqui seja o jogo passado dos Spurs. Eles perderam pros Lakers. E tá de boa. Nossa colocação é em terceiro. Tem que torcer pra um desses dois perderem. Nosso próximo jogo vai ser contra o Chicago Bulls. Bom, passou um joguinho. Acho que eles dois não jogaram. Que surpresa! O Indiana Pacers perdeu de novo. 8 games, meu Deus do céu. Pra quem foi que eles perderam dessa vez? Olha, tem um cara falando aqui, olha. Deixa eu ver. Bom, é alguma coisa tipo que eles estão de olho no que os Hawks estão fazendo, que eles estão gostando. E que eles pretendem, acho que, fazer serviço essa semana. Que tem rumores. Não consegui entender muito bem, mas tem um Twitter aqui falando da gente. E bora ver aqui como é que tá. Indiana Pacers com nenhuma vitória, mano. Caramba, mano. Lakers, cadê? Lakers, 5 vitórias seguidas, mano. Bora meter aquele save aqui que a gente já tá acostumado. Bom, pessoal, esse foi o vídeo bônus de hoje. Eu ainda não sei se eu vou fazer live, mas tá aí o vídeo bônus pra vocês aproveitarem. E não esqueça de deixar o like de vocês, se inscreverem no canal. Me acompanhar nas redes sociais. Eu tô sempre publicando lá quando tem vídeo novo, quando tem live. Então é isso, pessoal. Tô ficando por aqui, espero que gostem e até a próxima. Fui!